Welcome to another episode of This Old Hooptie, where I take this piece of crap and try and make it into something a little more pretty, I hope. As you can see, we're back to nice weather here in sunny South Florida, and I'm going to leave the truck outside to cure for a few days because we just got done spraying the back half of it and putting it back together. So, while this is spraying, today's video is going to be all about lighting. I got all these guys charged up. Now this is how that product should have been designed. It should have had 4 lights instead of 2. It should have come with at least 2 lights, and then you can buy the other 2 as an extra option. This 1-in-1 stuff is nonsense. Let's go in the garage and take a look at the Icon Underhood Floodlight Rechargeable System. Come on. Let's start off with an example of why I'm looking to increase the lighting for underhood and in-cab work. Stepping back a bit, you can see that using these photography or photo shoot lights, there's not a ton of room to get on the sides to actually lean over and do any work. It can work from in here, but there's also little dark areas where I can't really see unless the light's above it. And I don't always want to be taking the hood on and off. I would like to just be working in the area that I need to work. Okay, these lights that I put up here do a great job of showing everything that's underneath them, unless the hood's up. In which case, as you can see with both of these on, full power, it's still kind of dark in some of the areas, like for instance here, all over back here, the wiring that I have to do over here, and even to get over there, I'm gonna be in front of this light. So let's go over this light bar here. With those 2 big things put away, I've got a lot more room to work around the truck. The Icon light system here only comes with 1 of these lights. The second one I had to purchase and add to it. It does come with the bracket for it, but it only comes with 1 of the lights. We're gonna put these on full blast here. Okay, all right, you can see with both of these on, it gives about the same light as those 2 floodlights, yet I still have similar problems. I mean, I can angle this. I can angle and point this in any direction that I want, turn it up and down if I want to work right here. It gives me a lot of light right here, but then it takes some of the light off of back there, as you can see. Same thing with this. I'd have to constantly keep adjusting them. They do give off a fantastic amount of light, but I have a solution for this. All right, my solution was to pick up 2 of them and also buy 2 of the additional lights. These come apart with 4 screws, and the plan is to just double up on the lights. So there are 2 different diameters of the inner bar. So taking the thicker side off and putting it on the thicker side, and then the thinner and on the thinner of this one, will give me 2 lights on each side that I can move across the bar and position them anywhere that I want. Let's get this hooked up. So now, I've got 2 lights on this side. For those of you that aren't aware of how these works, there's a little button on the back that allows you to push it and slide this anywhere you want it to be. So we're gonna leave that there for right now. Let's quickly do the smaller side. Like I said, 4 screws on each one, and these things pop right off. So first I'm gonna show you what I did. I've already explained why I'm doing it. Then I'm gonna show you what the outcome is, and I'm also going to go over the details of these lights. So stick with me in the video. I'll show you what I used them for. We just got through a hurricane here, and it was kind of nice having these around. You can stick them all over your house, on your fridge, on the walls, anything that's metal, you can stick them to. So your fridge, dishwasher, whatever. Stick them on your bathtubs, and you kind of have a water-resistant light in every one of the rooms, and if you keep it on low power, they last over 10 hours each, so that's kind of nice. Charge time on them is about 3 to 4 hours. All right. Now this is how that product should have been designed. It should have had 4 lights instead of 2. It should have come with at least 2 lights, and then you can buy the other 2 as an extra option. This 1-in-1 stuff is nonsense. Now let's have a look at the difference in light. Okay. Now we have a completely lit area to work in. There are no dead spots. Take a look, you can see it everywhere in here. If you have a problem, just adjust one of them to be more focused on an area. But with 4, there shouldn't be any problems. There are no dark spots anywhere in here. I can see everything. So this would have definitely been the proper way to design this product. First, let's go over the details of the bar. There's a lot of other videos on it, so I'll kind of be quick. This far end of the smaller side, this pulls out so it can extend, as you see here. So that extends it to 77 inches. You've got a rubber surround on both ends so you can either stand this on the floor on these and point these in any direction you want, like if you wanted to light a room or the entire garage, etc. Or you can hook it to things like this hood, or even to the roof of the truck. As you can see, I've got 4 nice and bright lights that show the entire dash. So this time when I'm working in here, there'll be no shadowy spaces. I'll be able to get a good view at all the wires behind this, behind over here. So when I rewire this dash is also getting redone completely. I'll be able to have a much better view of the wires that I'm working on, as well as show you guys on the video. It's not gonna look like this up here, which is how dark it was in my last video when I did the other truck. So you can see it's out of the way behind my head. I can also push it up over here. The bar adjusts very easily from this little lever. You just pull this lever down and you can make it wider or narrower. Lock the lever and it's done. It's not going anywhere. And with the rubber here, it's not going to damage anything, whether it's standing, sitting, or clamped to anything. Now let's have a quick look at these individual lights. Each one of the lights comes with one USB to USB-C charging cable. The cool part about that is, at least for my phone, an Android phone, has a USB-C charging port. So I can plug into each one of these lights and use it as a charging port for my cell phone. That's kind of cool. So in a power outage, I had 4 of these fully charged, and I can use each one of them as a battery to charge my phone, or I could just leave the light on for about 10 hours with it on the lowest setting. Charging port is right next to the USB port. It's a USB-C port, so it's actually this end. You just reverse the cable. Plug it into there. Take this and plug it into a quad port adapter from Amazon. These are like, I think they're like $8 or something like that. And these will charge all 4 lights at the exact same time. So that's quick and painless. Another thing that I really like about them is the fact that they're magnetized. You can stick them to anything. Like I said before, I had these on my fridge, and then you just point them upwards, and when the light goes out, you can just push the button here and it'll light this room. These individual lights were $49 and change. You can get the cheaper ones. They don't last as long and they're definitely not as bright. So I went with the more expensive ones. By buying the bar plus one of these, you could probably get away with 3 lights. I preferred the 4 lights. I thought, why not just buy the second bar, use the parts off of the bar, plus get the second light. That would give me 3 lights on the bar. Then I had an extra adapter there, so I bought the 4th one of these, and that gave me as much light as possible. For me, this works. I have a lot of wiring under the hood. I have to rewire the entire dash. All the wires are shorted, all the fuses are shorted pretty much, so I need to redo all of that. It's gonna be a lot easier with something like this. I can also stand this up on the floor and point it up underneath the truck to get a good view of the wiring there. Let me show you how that looks. That I can slide up under here, and as you can see, I can see everything. If I need a little better view, I can just tilt the light, like so, and put it right up under here. That gives me a fantastic view of any wires and anything that I need to touch or get my hands on, whether it's suspension, gaskets, wiring. As you can see, there are a lot of open and shorted wires on this truck. I mean, they are literally everywhere. So as you can see, this is a great little product. It just does what it needs to do. It's on the expensive side at a little over $300 if you include everything, the 2 pieces to put together as one and the extra 2 lights. But in my opinion, it's worth it for what I have to do. It'll save me time, save me the headache of holding a flashlight or having a light strapped to my head, which is really annoying because anytime I turn my head, the light also turns. All right, so do these get warm? Yep, over 100 degrees. It's been on for about 15 minutes. So as you can see, the lights do warm up a little bit. They get to 100 plus degrees. They've been on for about 15 minutes, but those little yellow halogen ones get to like almost 200 degrees, ridiculously hot, and heat up the entire environment surrounding it. So I got rid of all of those, and I'm replacing them with that light bar right there. I'm not saying you should do the same. This is just what I did, and I think it's a good investment, so I'm rolling with it. If you guys are interested in any of this stuff, everything will be in the link in the description down below or off to the side. Everything's from Harbor Freight except for the charger. That was from Amazon. And that brings us to the end of another video. You guys know what to do. Like it if you like, don't if you don't. Subscribe to keep up with my latest shenanigans, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.